Alright, ladies and gentlemen, Fab's in the house, and today I'm in the house with Jake Hoback Kwaiback MK5 here with me for a review, and we're gonna analyze the look, the sound, and the feel of this bad boy. But hey, don't forget to like this video and to subscribe to this channel if you're enjoying what I'm showing to you. So let's get started, guys. This is not a small knife. It's gonna be 9 inches overall in length, or let's say around 23 centimeters, so that's a big boy. Of course, you're gonna have like a 4-inch long blade with 3.75-inch long cutting edge, or it's gonna be like 9.5 centimeters in cutting edge, as it's gonna be around 13.5 centimeters for the handle, or like 5.25 inches. So not a small knife, guys. Like, for example, let's just check it out up against Ontario Rat number 2 and Ontario Rat number 1, which is usually considered like a big knife. But yeah, this guy is kind of dwarfing the Ontario, and you can imagine what this guy is gonna look up against a mini bug out from Benchmade. Yeah, it's gonna look big. Like, also it's gonna look big next to the regular bug out. Look at this. This is Spyderco Para 3, kind of disappearing, and Paramilitary 2, which is not a small knife. It's quite smaller than the Hoback. And let me show you just another couple options here. This is the small Sebenza 21 by Chris Reeve Knives, and here you've got the large Sebenza 21, also Chris Reeve, and you can see, yeah, this is a 3.6-inch long blade, and look at that. So it's not a small one. Like, for example, this is Custom Knife Factory Snafu 2.0, and yeah, we're starting to see some similar size, better handle to blade ratio on the Snafu. And what else? Let me show you something really cool. Hinder Knives XM18 3.5 inch in length, and what else? Another couple and we are done, I promise. Vero Engineering Synapse Generation 2, and you've got, of course, Arius from Koenig Knives, that's the style 55, and what else? Alright, just because I like this guy so much. Kami Flipper, Shirogorov Sienkiewicz collaboration in the house. So let's check this guy out. This is, what is this, guys? This is the Jake Hoback Kwaiback MK5, and it's made in the US. It's gonna be, yeah, like around $600-700. It depends. Secondary market prices can be lower for sure, and it is a nice Kwaiback. It's a pretty unique design. Like, you have this side here which is like gently curved. You've got a very steep angle here at the heel of the blade, just straight line. Nice lines, guys. When closed, this guy is kind of like elegant, and yeah, it's looking good when closed. I mean, even when open, it has its appeal. It's the only thing probably from the look that I'm not completely sold is that this like line here is not straight, so you're gonna see, maybe like you can't see it, but like from here you see that it's kind of like arching, and that's the only thing that it's probably I still have to get used to that, but overall, I mean, the look is pretty menacing. It's murdered out. It's all black. It has a nice DLC coating in these titanium slabs, which are pretty thick. This is an overbuilt knife, by the way, if you didn't notice, and it has some internal skeletonization inside. You can see, maybe like from this side over here, probably you can see that there's some engraving there, and it's saying 2018, and then there's Nitro V, which is the steel employed in this case, and it is skeletonized, but the weight, yeah, it's gonna be up there because that's a big boy and it's a thick one. You've got some flush scales. There's no grooves going on over here. Nicely done titanium. It's mostly like 2D milling. You see like a nice chamfer going on the outside, a little bit going on the inside, not too much. You've got basically one finger groove over here for your index finger, which is going to be nice. And then you've got titanium standoff, backspacer with this jimping matching the scales, and ends like here with the tip. But here you can appreciate that the tip of the blade just ends here, so it's protected. If I just push my finger in it, I can feel a little bit the tip of the blade, but it's nothing unsafe. But the point is that you've got like this much space that is not used. I mean, you have some real estate from the handle, which is going to be not that good for the handle to blade ratio. So just keep that in mind. Also, I mean, blade is centered, so nothing wrong with that. It's not, you see, it's just not sitting flush. You see, it just flush here, but then just slowly goes down to safely recess the tip of the blade. So that's a good thing. You've got pretty small and pointy flipper tab. It's gonna work perfectly with a light switch. It's gonna also work with the push button, but it's gonna be a slower deployment, and sometimes you can fail, as you just saw. But if you do a light switch opening mechanism, you're gonna be pretty much good to go. Also, you've got these screws here. This is a custom set of screws, and here also have you see, this is the original one it came with, and also you can do standoffs, so save a little bit of weight, but this is a nice custom pivot, and look at that, that's pretty cool. It's protruding, so it's sticking out that much, it's not in an obnoxious way. The handle screws are flush, not protruding, but the pivot is not. Pretty straightforward to disassemble this guy. You need the Allen wrenches. This is actually, yeah, these are Allen wrenches, they look like, and they are provided, so it's going to be a breeze just to unscrew those, and you're going to be done pretty much. Something to notice about the screws is that they are screwed in directly into the scale, like this one and this one, and that's, yeah, it's never like a good idea, I think, because if you strip something, if you strip the screw, yeah, but if you strip the thread here, it might be an issue. So keep that in mind. Just be careful. If you open the blade, you're gonna notice that here you've got stainless steel lock face insert screwed in from the outside, and you have a little protrusion here which you can use as to your advantage if you want to disengage the lock bar. And here you have another little screw which is gonna help you to adjust the rolling detent right there. So really cool patent by Jake Hoback, and that's a pretty cool thing. Basically, you've got a ball bearing which is nested right there, which is going to be rolling as you move the blade, like in this direction. Of course, you have also a detent ball ramp. I don't know if you can see it, maybe right there, but still you can still feel a little bit of hard step, but nothing too crazy. You've got tip-up carry only titanium pocket clip with the Hoback logo, which is reversible. You can also mount it on this side, but it's not going to be that deep carry. This much knife is going to be sticking out from your pocket, so just remember that. You've got this pretty cool blade with some lines that you can see. That's of course a very interesting shape. The blade is like pretty thick, actually. Let's just check. 0.1955, and behind the edge, this guy actually, it's not that bad. So let's do like something like here. Yeah, I mean 0.0335 here. Let me see, maybe here. Yeah, 0.0295. So it's not like super thin behind the edge, because look at the stock thickness. But it is nicely done because it's a full flat grind, so this is an overbuilt knife, so it's not going to be meant to slice thin, because look at that. I mean, especially here from the sharpening choil point of view, you can see what's going on. So yeah, I mean, you've got some aggressive jimping going on over here, a little bit of chamfering up to the tip, and then this tanto, kind of like maybe Japanese tanto can be, with this mirror edge. There's actually no real sharpening choil. That's interesting, because you see the sharpened area ends here, okay, and then stops, and then thickens pretty much right before the plunge grind. And then you have chamfers for the flipper tab, and then here you've got Some probably this area here needs a little bit more attention, I think, because there is not really much room for your thumb to disengage the lock bar. I mean, you can do it, but you have to jam it in, and there's no jimping, there's no milling, so that's probably one design flaw, let's say, that I would address you know, if I were the designer, but that's just me. Also, you've got absolutely no billboarding going on the blade, which is a fantastic thing. Murdered out, nitro V steel, flat grind. It's nicely done, guys, I have to say. Also, what is interesting is the sound. Check this out. That's a solid thwack, and it's not loud, it's dampened. When you close it, it's pleasant. And this is a nice thwack clicky sound that yeah, it tells you you're in business. Yeah, this is a heavy blade, and when it hits the stop pin, it's gonna, yeah, make you happy, guys. Also, let's just quickly check the weight on this guy, because that's going to be over 6 ounces, I think. 6.4, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, look at that. So it's not a lightweight by any means, but it's a good, has a good feeling in the hand. No hot spots, not really any sharp edges. The only thing that it's not feeling friendly, I would say, it's the release here. So it needs a little bit more room. You can actually easily do a reverse grip, and this is absolutely fantastic because you have some jimping here in the back for your thumb, and it's gonna feel absolutely amazing as a reverse grip. I wouldn't really do, I mean, you could also do some choke up, because this can act as a finger choil, so you can just do a more advanced grip like that, because also this area here has not been sharpened, so that's a good thing you can do. This is an absolutely beast of a knife, absolutely solid. Nothing is moving, nothing is rattling. It's well put together. It's a little bit slippery because, of course, it has a smooth finish, no grooves, no fullers on the handle, so just keep that in mind. But it's well put together. I mean, there's not really any gaps, misalignments. This looks pretty well put together. It's not absolutely flush. Here you see the backspacer is just a little bit shorter than the scales, but not a huge deal. Everything else looks pretty centered to me, and there's no blade play. This guy feels absolutely solid. The action also is pretty good. This is a heavy blade, so the action, it's not like super fast, but it's snappy, it's smooth, and when you close it, it's pleasant. It's you see, you have a free fall as soon as you disengage the lock bar, and then the ball, the detent ball just hits the detent ball ramp like here, but then there's an extra step. It's not like a hard step, but it's just a little extra step that needs to be overcome to close the blade. So after that, the blade is just gonna glide down, and that's very pleasant. So really cool. The clip is stiff, so it's going to be securely in place in your pocket, and the clip ramp here, it's not that angled up, so I would have preferred maybe something like a little bit like more angled, but yeah, you can still manage to stick this guy into your pocket. Don't worry about that. This guy is running on bearings, and it shows. I mean, it's a nice closing action for sure. The detent strength is nicely dialed in, and also you have ding, this nice detent suction at the end. So I mean, overall, this is a very good looking knife. It is menacing, it's blacked out, murdered out, it's mean, it's big, it's heavy, it's sturdy, it's strong, it's sounding good, it feels great in the hand. I mean, guys, this is a solid one. So there you have it. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please don't forget to subscribe, and thanks for watching. Stay tuned.